and welcome to Fast Fact Friday. This is Michelle. I'm the owner of Revolutionary Resume, where we talk about what's going on in the job market and we talk about some tips and tricks for applying. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about this week was you keep hearing all these things about AI's taking my job. Top economists, including Jerome Powell, agree that Gen Z's hiring nightmare is real, but it's not AI eating the entry-level roles. Right now, the job market, as I talked about a few weeks ago, is in the big stay. People are job hugging or simply not leaving their roles. And there is a kind of a moratorium on like hiring and firing, so everybody's in this like weird space. Yes, there's still layoffs happening. I will say there are a lot of federal layoffs were just reversed. So it's a really strange market, but it's not AI taking your job in 90% of the cases. Sometimes AI can be used to supplement and make your job easier. The other thing that's been in the news lately, and we're going to talk about this, and I could have posted any number of articles on this particular subject, but let's talk about what you say online and whether or not your employer is going to fire you. Now, many of us are in, including myself, right to work states. Of course, you can be fired for any reason or no reason at all. They can just say, I'm firing you, and not give you a reason, which is super frustrating, especially in this market. What I recommend is if you are going to be somebody who posts stuff online that might be considered inflammatory, right? Political in nature, what have you, is make sure you go through your friends list and post to only friends. It doesn't need to be public. I would refrain, if you're concerned about your job, from commenting on public things. If your employer does decide to let you go for something you've posted online unrelated to your job performance, is it a First Amendment violation? No. And gosh darn it, I wish people would stop saying that it is. If the government is not restricting your or retaliating against you for your speech, whether it's you holding a sign at a protest, whether it's you posting something on Facebook, what have you, then it is not a First Amendment violation. If your employer is firing you because you had a sign that said F this politician at a local rally and they don't want to get in the political sphere, I get it, right? Getting in that space, even me having this discussion today, I'm probably going to get lots of love from this. But it is not a First Amendment violation for your employer to fire you for something you have said or done. It is only, and I mean only, a First Amendment violation when the government is at the push of it. For example, the Jimmy Kimmel thing. I'm not a huge fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but the FCC chair stating that ABC and Disney were going to have issues if they didn't, end Kimmel Now is absolutely a First Amendment violation. There was a case several decades ago about jawboning or like basically threatening kind of sideways, like, oh, so-and-so's going to receive these repercussions if they don't take care of this. That is not legal or permissible. It's why Jimmy Kimmel's back. His ratings may be awful, but now it's going to be that much more political if his employers go to fire him. So just to protect yourself from even being in that situation or putting your employer in an untenable situation for their business, I definitely recommend keeping your posts to friends only and making sure you really are friends with those people on your list, because people are crazy and they're going to take screenshots and they're going to send it to your employers. Please make sure to protect yourself. If friends are kind of getting out there in that space, it doesn't hurt if you remind them, right? I don't have any funny stories this week. I was out of office last week, as you know, but I definitely welcome questions you have on the interviewing process. I have 2 friends that are interviewing for some major life-changing roles in the next few days, and I'm just sending all the love and light and prayers their way. If y'all would too, that would be great. And just take care of yourself and each other. All right, I'll be back next Friday at 11:45 as always. Don't forget to like, follow, send stars, and share.